Hi, and welcome again to another edition of Market Analysis for today, March 15th, 2024. I'm Giovanni Benacourt, analyst, trader, and educator with Vantage Markets. All right, so inflation isn't dead, at least not yet. The Federal Reserve will head into its policy meeting next week with the economic data now confirming earlier suspicions on the rate of price increases. Thursday's Producer Price Index, PPI, came in considerably hotter than expected. Aside from the jump in energy and food prices, which can be volatile, the pickup in good prices could be a worry. Roughly speaking, producer prices are a measure of pipeline inflation, or what will show up in consumer prices in a few months. For the Fed, it could be more important than the Consumer Price Index at the minute, which some economists say is being distorted by a lagging slowdown in shelter costs. The PPI could be a better indicator of what's coming in the core personal consumption expenditures price index, which is the Fed's preferred gauge. It wasn't supposed to be this way. Just a few months ago, investors were convinced the Fed could start cutting interest rates at its March 20 decision. Now the possibility of a June cut is looking more in doubt, and the total cuts expected by the end of the year is diminishing. Given the softer than expected retail sales report from yesterday, Fed Chairman Jerome Powell may well say next week that growth is weakening while inflation is still too strong, the very opposite of the soft landing thesis that has helped stocks march to new records this year. Investors should brace for disappointment. So with that being said, will we continue with this sell-off in the equities market? Yesterday we did had a kind of a very volatile day. We did open with that gap down. Okay, it was closed. So, but we did close also in the red. So a continuation of that could be speculated for today. So looking for more red in the Nasdaq. The S&P also, that gap that we opened up with yesterday has been fairly closed. We did open with a small gap down today. I would assume we're going to continue with that momentum to the downside, I suppose. Then the Dow is the one that's looking to stay stronger. I'm looking for 39,500. Crude oil yesterday had a nice jump to the upside, fluctuating above $81. Closing above $81, but today we open with a gap down, so we can expect an attempt to close in that gap, or more likely a continuation of the sell-off into the $79 handle, where the support is. Nat Gas, let's see if Nat Gas will do some sort of a pullback retracement towards the 170 and then just bounce back up, or it might as well just fluctuate above the moving average and trade to 180. Then we have gold. I'm looking at gold to stay in the range between 2180 and 2140. Silver, I'm looking for silver to make another attempt at reaching 2550. Copper looking strong, but we are in the overbought territory, so 41,100 could be the resistance for it. Bitcoin had a big sell-off yesterday and continuing today. So let's see if we're going to find more support, or will we come in and break 65,000. The currencies, we open with a gap down on the euro. So that could be, it's been closed. So let's see if it will continue to the downside. The same token goes for the pound. Let's see if 127 will be reached today. And that could happen if the dollar index happens to fluctuate back above towards 103,400. But we did open with a gap down, a strong one, right in the smack middle of yesterday's trading range. So a more of a continuation of this momentum to the downside can be expected. All right, that's it for me today. Have a nice weekend. I'll see you on Monday.